Hi, welcome to the JagCorner. This is an update video for April 29th, 2021. If you are on my mailing list, you will be getting early access to these update videos. Planning on doing a lot more video content here in the future, trying to crank up the engine for JagCorner again. Kind of been on hiatus for the last 6 or 7 months. Well, not quite that long. I was doing stuff pretty much up until November. I had some changes in my life, had to move house and a few other things, and with the lockdown too and work, it's kind of slowed things down. With that in mind, I'm actually going to be making some changes to my work schedule. I am a freelancer, and so I do have quite a bit of control over my time, and I want to be doing specifically more illustration. Right now I do a lot of motion graphics for film and TV, visual effects, that kind of stuff, and things that you see in commercials that are digital titles and visual effects. Anyways, I want to move more into illustration, and I see producing games as a method of doing that, as a way of making a little bit of money doing that, obviously, but also practicing my craft and getting more into illustration. And so with that in mind as well, I'm going to be producing more video content for JagCorner. This includes update videos like this that are related to JagCorner, and just generic updates for games, and anything that BitJag is doing. Also, I want to do news videos again. We were doing these last year. I was doing those with Bryce, and I would like to bring him back for that, but I don't know what his schedule's like, and we'd have to do some of that remote, since geographically I'm more separated from him than I was before. Along with news videos, I still want to do Let's Plays as well, and there's some people here where I'm at that would be interested in doing that. People that we've seen before, my brother Jake, but also a couple other people that may be interested in doing some Let's Plays with me here on JagCorner. Along with the update videos, the news videos, and the Let's Plays, I also want to do more streams or pre-recorded videos specifically for my illustration work, since that's something professionally I want to push into more, creating that content so I'm more visible. Doing that work is something I want to do, and that doesn't mean that there's a lot of illustration work I do outside of the Jaguar games that I do, and those I may or may not put on this channel. I most likely won't. I have another YouTube channel just called William Thorpe, which is my art channel where I do time lapses. That's where that stuff will live, but there will be a lot of illustrations they'll be doing in the future that will be more appropriate to put here on the JagCorner. So look forward to that. Along with the art videos, I also want to do development videos, and I'm not sure exactly what those will look like in the future. Some coding can be really boring for someone who's not doing it, because there can be a lot of time spent troubleshooting or missing something that takes a while for your brain to catch on to. And so if I do those will most likely be pre-recorded videos, where all the fat is trimmed off, basically. Along with development videos, though, and this is something that's been on my mind for a long time, and that's doing tutorial videos specifically for the Removers library. With the release of Jag Studio, there's probably going to be a lot of potential producers, game producers, that are going to be moving over to that to produce their Jag games. And so the reason why I'm interested in doing the Removers library tutorials is to make sure that there's a record in case somebody does want to use that in the future, to introduce themselves to that library that Seb put together for the Jaguar. These will be really basic things, like how to bring in a sprite, how to use the screen functions to procedurally generate visual content, how to add audio files and use audio files. And there's a lot of examples that Seb has already put together, but they aren't very straightforward, and so some of them aren't very straightforward, and so I want to do some tutorials centered around those, maybe even walk through some of those examples he put together and actually create examples of our own that people can download and manipulate and maybe even generate a game or two. I may move beyond a series of basic tutorials and actually form them around making a simple game. I'm not entirely sure. It's just something that's been on my mind for a while, and I want that to be a part of the total video content that'll be produced under JagCorner. Along with that, and this kind of goes with the art side as well, I do want to create more merchandise. It's focused on the illustration side of things. Part of that is t-shirt designs. I've been sketching Jaguar t-shirt designs for years, for over a decade, and I would like to bring those to actually realize those, have those become physical things that people can purchase, but also so I can have, because I've been wanting Jaguar shirts that are more than just the Jaguar logo, and I have some ideas, and I'll probably run those past people watching these videos in the future, as I get that ball rolling. Another thing I want to do, and those who are familiar with my work, who have been following me, know that I have produced and published books before. I want to do that specifically for Jaguar related stories, things, and I don't have these ideas completely fleshed out. I've started fleshing out a couple ideas just to kind of see if they're feasible and sellable in some way. Things like a storybook centered around the Jaguar that kind of takes a whimsical look at nostalgia and that journey that somebody goes through as they reintroduce them to the things that made up their childhood. I have an idea for that. Another one is just kind of a general, kind of a pseudo history of memories people have shared with me about their interaction with Atari consoles. I can't really say much beyond that because I'm still fleshing out the ideas. Like, I have some stuff written up to test the waters with that, but nothing too solid. But I do want to, that's one of my primary goals with producing more video content here on JagCorner, is to produce books, high quality books that people can purchase that include my illustration work and also some of my writing. So it's an opportunity to relive that nostalgic past. Anyways, that's pretty much it for updates. I did want to share something a little bit special, especially for people on my mailing list, as an early access thing, and that would be a little bit of Audit Will Be Watching. I haven't been working a whole lot on it recently. This is another one of those engines I've been trying to get up and going, and now be a part of this push here with the video content. But over the last few weeks or so, I've made little tweaks and changes there. Me and Bryce have actually been working on some other stuff in the removers library specifically for future games. I'll eventually reveal what that is. I think it's really exciting. The average person may not find it very exciting, but it opens up some possibilities for different genres of games that I've been wanting to do on the Jag but haven't been able to up to this point. And anyways, we'll reveal that later. But right now, let's talk about Audit Will Be Watching. So let me get audio prepped here. We'll move over to the Jag. Okay, I think we have that all up. Okay. So, oh, whoops. I didn't mean to reset. I guess we're resetting. So there's the title, if you haven't seen that already. I think there's some gameplay videos out there that have, I can't remember. It's been such a long time since I've posted anything about Audit Will Be Watching. So there's actually a new tutorial section, which, no, we're not going to look at that now. It's probably going to change here in the near future. So, oh, I didn't want rain. Let's see if we can get rid of the rain. I want to make sure you can hear the voices clearly. Uh-oh. We're off to a rainy start. There we go. Okay, oh, so there's something you probably haven't seen before, is I've added a particle system to the fire for the smoke. I actually don't remember exactly how I coded this. This was about a year ago, and so I'd have to go look at the code. I think what I did is I procedurally generated the little square sprites for the smoke particles by creating a screen buffer and just painting that with a certain color in the color palette. and then they just float up, and then they recycle themselves as they scale down and disappear. They recycle themselves back to the bottom of the fire and start over and pick a random location, that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's hear a character talk. So our robot here, which one of my friends came up with a really good name for robot. Robot's kind of generic because they didn't really want to put a whole lot of effort into it, but I may we'll leave that for a future update video, because I still need to go through and switch his name out anyways. So, but this is what robot sounds like. So he's talking now. He has kind of this monotone voice, and sounds a little bit like a computer, or what that audio symbol of a computer in our mind sounds like. Also, it's obviously gibberish, so it's kind of a throwback to Star Fox, and there's that weird relationship with Star Fox and Trevor McFur, the fact that they're using animals in space. I don't know if that was a cultural thing back in the early 90s, like a zeitgeist or something, but anyways, that's his voice. Pretty simple. For those who want to know how I put these together in code, is in the removers library, you can just play back a raw PCM sample, and that sample is just me saying gibberish, and it's about, I think it's about 2 seconds long, maybe even just a second. It's not very long. And then when you go in, so when it plays, it sounds like random tones and pitches. And the way I do that is when I'm ready to play the sound, I pick a random place within that sample to start playing back from, and I set a random timer for it to play for so long. And then once it's done playing, it selects a new random place, sets a random time for the timer, and then plays it again. And it does that really, really fast. Anyways, and I have that for all the characters. So Patton has a deeper voice, obviously. He's a big old lion. And Panther. He has kind of a younger voice, almost a little bit nerdy. And then Cutter has a more feminine voice, obviously. I probably need to go and boost or amplify these audio samples a little bit. They seem a little quiet right now, but yeah, I'll do that. Let me see if I can show you one more, so you can have Patton tell a story. Anyways, I may do some tweaking to these. I don't completely love how they sound, so I might figure out some better gibberish to make that sound better. I'm thinking if I play around with my gibberish, I might get a better result. But till then, thanks for watching. There's not much else to update you on. I'm planning on making more video content. I'm planning on moving forward on Audit will be watching a lot more, so look forward to that. Until then, thanks for watching.